Bon matin tout le monde. Donc, je vois que ceux qui sont ici ce matin, c'est les guerriers. Il y avait de la bière à volonté toute la soirée, fait que bravo d'être debout à cette heure quand même tôt. Alors, pour la conférence d'aujourd'hui, avant de débuter avec la présentation de la conférence, je veux juste rappeler qu'il y a un paquet de choses à voir au Wackfest. Si vous n'avez pas encore vu les villages, je vous encourage à y aller. Social engineering, paraît que c'est quelque chose aussi. Je vous encourage aussi à y aller. Il y a un paquet de choses, c'est juste en haut. Vous montez les escaliers. Puis je pense même qu'on peut aller par l'autre escalier puis accéder à d'autres salles aussi de l'autre côté. Donc, vous ne vous gênez pas, vous y allez. Puis à un moment où ça vous tente pendant la journée parce qu'il y a beaucoup de choses à faire ici. So the next talk is in English. So James is currently a security advisor at an insurance company in Montreal. He has worked in the field of both offensive and defensive security. His interest in information security initially developed through video games. Subsequently, he decided to pursue this path by studying computer science with a focus on InfoSec. Along the way, James has obtained various certifications such as OSCP, CISSP, CBBH, etc. He has also a strong interest in game hacking, also known as GamePwn. So he's going to do a presentation on exactly just that. So please give a warm welcome to James Lee.
Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone for being here, and thanks for Hackfest for hosting me. So welcome to Hackfest 2023, Back to the Future. Let's dive in then. This talk is going to be about introduction to game hacking, so aka GamePwn 101. Introduction, so this gentleman, he already did it. Not too much I can say about here. By the way, that's my cat over there. So yeah. All right, so here just are some funny game cheats from CS:GO. As you can see, the top right, that's an example of wall hack. So wall hack is like you can basically see people through wall, and then the bottom left, it's an aimbot, also from CS:GO. So you can aim at your opponent automatically. Yeah, so that's just funny stuff that I found. By the way, I didn't make it, so don't worry about it. A short agenda for how are we gonna go through the talk today. So first off, it's a brief look on the gaming industry, just a brief summary for that, and then follow that. What is game hacking? What's the motivation behind the game hacking? Why people do this? Could be either bad and good. Also, I'll be talking about some types of game hack, and then followed by some real-world examples. After that, also I'll talk about some common game hacking methods, of course with the anti-cheat measures and then some anti-cheat tools. So which game is using which tool, and how are they used, and what are their strengths. And then the fun part is the demo. Some of you already saw that I was testing the game over there, so that's going to be the demo. Yeah, I won't spoil too much for the moment, so let's keep it for now. After that, yeah, some closing thoughts, and talk about like what's the future of game hacking, how can we make it more secure, and etc. etc. Okay. Yeah, the gaming industry. So right now it's a very big behemoth. So like the study shows it's about like $385 billion with a year-on-year growth of 7.9% until 2027. You see that's how much money the game industries, or maybe with the gamers, they're putting the money in the gaming industry. And it's considered one of the most innovative sectors in tech today. And people play games for many different reasons. Mostly it's for fun. As for myself, it's for fun, you know, playing with friends, it's very fun. And then also for social networking competition. Different gaming platforms today. We have PC. PC now it's a very, like still one of the dominant platform is Steam, you know that, Epic Store, EA's Electronics Arts. Console, also of course a PlayStation, Xbox, etc. And we have mobile games. As nowadays more and more gaming industries, they put their games on the mobile phone, so you play whenever you can. VR stuff becoming more popular, I think, as well. Esports. So yeah, I said that one of the reasons for competition, that the competition pushed the growth of esports. So that's kind of also a growing field also for the gaming industry as well. So by 2025, the study shows that esports is projected to garner more than 640 million viewers worldwide. So that's a lot of people watching just the competition with about like 300 millions of those viewers specifically falling into the category of enthusiasts. So that's good to know. Streaming, that's another also like how do you say that, like a rising category pushed by the gaming industry. So more people, they are like live stream their gameplays to all over the world using YouTube. You know, I'm pretty sure many of you has watched at least one or two live stream from the YouTuber. So that's another big thing. This is just kind of a visualized diagram showing how we started with like arcade back in the 19th, and then follow on with some, you know, started the console and then PC, all the way up to now it's more, as I said, mobile games more prevalent, and VR stuff. So we see a little bit rise of a cloud. This graph is only that was stated in 2020, but I believe that in 2023, 2024, the mobile part is going to be even rising higher. Just yes, and funny stuff. Okay, so the main topic today, what is game hacking? Basically, like the technical definition, it's the process that involves modifying the game's code, data, or whatever like structure to gain an unfair advantage over other players and to access content that is not ordinarily available. What does that mean? It's basically you use those methods to cheat. So yeah, that's a short summary of that. Yeah, game hacking can be considered as a subset of information security, especially offensive security, because a lot of the methods, tools that will be used in game hacking, they're actually coming from the InfoSec, you know, those techniques of memory editing, reverse engineering, etc. So those everything is coming from the InfoSec. I'll talk about that in the next few slides, so no worry. Okay, see, as online games become increasingly popular, game hacking can significantly threaten the security and privacy of players' personal information. So that's also one of the main reasons I'm doing this talk, is to raise the awareness of the security part of gaming. So I know a lot of game developers, they focus on the game dev part, but they tend to focus less on the security part. I think it's also very important to raise this point. Be ethical. Okay, it's no use to say it. So a lot of things that I say here. So try to be ethical. You can of course use your method to kind of create the cheats when you are playing like solo games. Yeah, it's okay. You cheat only to yourself. But if you play like online games, just try to maybe be respectful. Otherwise, it's not good. Hacking motivations. What's the main motivation? Of course, it's always the main goal is the financial gain. So dollar sign. And people they use different method, of course, to gain their financial gain. For example, from account hacking to just some bug exploitation inside the game. But it's not always the case. But the main one is the financial gain, of course. There could also be good motivations. For example, the security research, use the game hacking method to do some research and then to improve the anti-cheat development. That's something I would like to see, hopefully. And also the mods and live splits. So for those who doesn't play a lot of games, mods is kind of it's kind of like an extension to a game. So you create some specific mod that can change for example, some element or the behavior inside of a specific game. You could, for example, you change the color or the sound effect for that game, but that's just used for entertainment purposes. It's nothing bad. But to create those mods, usually you will need to leverage some kind of game hacking techniques to do that. For example, the memory editing to change some values, etc. Live splits is just another types of mods, so it's kind of like a stopwatch. A lot of speedrunners they use these kind of things to kind of time their timing to how fast they clear a specific dungeon or map, for example. So that's a live split. Yeah, I put a third point here. It's just a funny thing that other than the bad intention, other than the financial gain, there's another reason. The second reason is because the gamers with a high degree of competitive motivation, they are more inclined to cheat in the game. Aggression increased cheating behavior and had a significant relationship with competitive motivation. So the gamers that they play in a competitive gaming, like for example, I don't know, like an esports game, League of Legends, for example, if you know that, Dota 2 or even CS:GO. So those players they cheat not for the money, but they cheat to win, because it's a competitive game. So they want to win, but they because they have a lack of skills or lack of practice, they want to kind of find a shortcut to use cheats to win, and then to fulfill their, like, I don't know, self-esteem, I would say. Okay, so types of game hack. Just type 1, type 2. This thing I just categorized myself. It's not on the internet. It's just something that I found I should separate the game hack into 2 different categories. There's the one part is usually it's only the cheats. Like for example, on the second picture I show some wall hack and then game mbot of the CS:GO. So those things they are considered as the game cheats. They only affect the game itself and nothing else. You cheat in the game and then you win the game, and that's it. For example, mbot wall hacks, I just said, speed hacks, scripts, European ghosting, etc. There's just the type 2. It's more the part that I want to emphasize today is the actual security vulnerabilities that have been discovered, from the game or from its peripherals. So that the scope has a much bigger impact, I would say. So because that it actually affects the actual business or the player himself or herself, then the consequence can be much more great, devastating. Like it could lead to profit loss and identity theft. And then it could be either like on the software or hardware. Software, it could be anything that relates to like the game studio or the game, the industry itself. It could be the API, or it could be even the website of the game itself. That's anything that's related. Even some lower level stuff like network protocol. Because I see some games, they develop their own communication protocols, and then if you check like inside Wireshark, I can see some games they pass their important values just clear text. So you change that, and then the server will accept it. Like voila. So that's so something like that. And hardware. Hardware could be. What I mean by hardware is like those PS5, Xbox. You can use a technique called jailbreaking routing. So basically, what those people are trying to do is they want to gain root privilege or the administrative privilege on those devices, and then in terms that they can bypass for example, what is it called? Like the Sony store on PS5. So you can basically install games or try to download stuff from another third-party store. So yeah, RCE, CVE. Yeah, so those things they are just usual stuff from InfoSec, but that's about the software side. Okay, fun stuff for real-world examples. So I'm going to show like 4 examples, actually 2 for each type. Type 1 is as I said, it's the cheats. Type 2 is the real security vulnerabilities. So about like Minecraft and CS:GO. I see some people nodding their head when I say Minecraft. It's already know what's going on for Minecraft. The Log4j, yes, you guessed it. League of Legends. I just wonder how many of you have played this game before or know this game at least. Oh, that's a lot. Didn't expect that. So yeah, League of Legends. It's a mobile type of game, very popular esports game. They have like an annual championship competition each year. So this year it's already starting. Um, yeah, I play this game a lot also myself, but yeah, I'm kind of noob in gaming. I'm still a silver guy in League. But anyways, today like, I'm going to talk about the cheats in League. It's called scripting. I don't know if any of you have encountered a script before. It's more commonly seen in higher elos. People they tend to use cheats more often. So generally speaking, scripts basically they will transform like your player into a kind of a perfect AI, so that your champion can basically dodge the spell, or you aim the spell at the perfect timing, or at a perfect the following the hitbox. And why does that happen? Because those cheats they are basically built on very concrete algorithms and mathematics. So once enemy shoots their spells, they calculate every possible variable from the game, also the degree, the timing. That's why they can, dodge the spell at a very good timing. And there are many types of scripts exist in LoL. So there are some utility scripts, champion scripts, awareness scripts. Well, awareness scripts is something like they can basically check all the respawn time of the monsters in the map, like from the Baron or the Dragon, etc. But very often, the cheats you provided, it comes in the whole package, so they contain basically all those abilities from it. Yeah, so the script is usually they run on the client side. That's why sometimes it's more difficult to detect from the server side, because it doesn't have any interaction with the server. So it just calculates all the variable on the client side when it's running. So that's why it's more difficult. Sometimes that's why League of Legends, they have a system called behavioral reporting system. So players, if you suspect that this guy is doing some very fishy movement, so you'll report it, and then the moderator, they come to review it, if it's a script or not. So to show the example, I have a video here to show you what does it look like exactly. So you can see those circles and line stuff. It's not the thing from the game itself. It's actually from the script. So it calculates like how long your spell can shoot, and then there's some some timer counter there. Yeah, let's check that. So yeah, that guy over above, like the center is the Zira, the guy. This guy usually it's very difficult to play, because all of his spells you have to aim yourself, and then it's not very difficult to aim at your enemy. You can see how accurate that he shots his spell. This guy here, and then enemy champion appears right away. He shots the fire automatically, and as soon as this guy appears, and then yeah, he lands his spell and killed it. So that's how easy you can win a game when you use a script, even though you don't know how to play this champion. So I just exited my slides. Yeah, so that's one example. I'm gonna go to my next one. Yeah, next one, Pokemon Go. That's another example of kind of a game cheat. Pokemon Go, back in this, it's also another very popular game. So you'll see people, running out on the street at night to try to catch Pokemon. So it's kind of funny. And then why I use this, I'm gonna show you this slide first, because some Pokemons, if you have played it, you know that it's not available in a specific region. So they're kind of spread across the entire world. There's something that you just cannot catch in your locality. But to bypass this, people, they use the GPS spoofing to evade that geo restriction. So they combine like with the GPS spoofing app plus the VPN service, and then you change your location. You change your, for example, from Canada to somewhere in Europe, and you catch whatever Pokemon you want. So that's That's a very easy hack, and it really requires little technical expertise. Yeah, I just want to show it's easy, but of course it doesn't really affect cause a big impact, but it does demonstrate how easy people can bypass your game's restriction and then trying to use some cheating techniques to their advantage. So for those game developers, just keep that in mind. You develop your game. Those players, they are smart, man. They can use a lot of stuff to bypass your restriction. So yeah, this is just an example of the a fake GPS location app. This app actually I have even used myself to actually catch a Pokemon that's outside my region. It's a very popular app that's in Android. I don't know what's in Apple, but this one's very popular in Android. We can see there's about 10 million plus downloads. I wonder half of them they are used to bypass the Pokemon Go's geo restrictions. Well, that's a lot of downloads. That's good to see this. Okay, so that's the third example. Actually, this one is from the type 2, which is the real security vulnerability discovered by Alibaba security researchers on the game Minecraft. So Log4j, this one, I believe many of you, I see some heads nodding, yeah. So Log4Shell vulnerability back in 2021, it's an infamous one, JNDI injection. Many of you already knew this, big deal, 0-day, back in days, 0-day exploit. So basically perform properly, you get the RCE when you execute this. So originally it's discovered on Minecraft. Basically you host a malicious Minecraft server, and then when a player that connects to your server, you execute the command, and then you get the remote code execution on the victim's laptop. So Log4j, I don't think I need to explain too much. It's actually coming from Apache login services library. And the funny thing is that after this vulnerability has been discovered through Minecraft, and then there's some researchers, they discover, oh, there's also other companies, big ones, they're also using this Log4j library. For example, like the Steam, iCloud, Amazon, Twitter, etc. They say, oops, too bad, we are also using Log4j. And then slowly after that, we see a worldwide impact just from this very specific vulnerability from Minecraft. And then all those big companies, they were also affected. So this vulnerability alone has impacted over 44% of corporate networks worldwide. So a vul from a game, and then has a big impact on the worldwide corporates, almost half of it. So that's a big thing. Yeah, this is just the this guy, John Hammond. I don't know if you guys know it. It's kind of a famous YouTuber doing security research, yeah, showing the impact of Log4j proof of concept. So that's the actual how you would write the command. Okay. Yeah, this is just another example on CSGO. It's also an RCE discovered. Actually, it says there are 3 RCEs discovered from the CSGO by Neodemia. I don't know if it's a group or it's just independent researcher, but if you search this on Google, you're going to find a long article explaining how they chain the 4 logical bugs together to achieve the remote code execution. Basically, the concept is very similar to Minecraft. You have your malicious server, and then a player connects to it, and then he got pwned. So that's it. Vulnerabilities originally discovered in March 2020, but it was only fixed in April 2021. Talking about efficiency, it takes 1 year to fix the RCE. Just show you quickly another video of CSGO. So you see this guy creating I think this is the malicious server. This is a Python script. And then he starts the client. That was the up-to-date CSGO client. So he starts it, and then he will connect to the malicious server. Yeah, you see some callbacks from the malicious server, but he crashed it. It doesn't matter. He's gonna launch it again, and then he will get pwned. So as soon as he launched the second time, I think there's a yeah, there's a delay. Yeah, you got a calculator pops up without any interaction actually. So that's kind of a zero-click exploit. I'm going to show you a zero-click exploit also during the demo, so don't worry. It's going to be more fun. Every time I try to go to the next slide with the video, it just stops my slides for some reason. Okay. This is just some common game hacking methods. Actually, they're pretty much all coming from the domain of information security. The memory editing, straightforward. You try to gain advantage, manipulate the values in memory. Reverse engineering, basically, it's you try to reverse the machine code, like from the game executable to like assembly code and higher level programming code. The purpose is to understand like the game structure, function calls, etc. Code injection basically is leveraging the technique called the DLL injection. So you inject your own code into the core games code. Windows is DLL injection, but if the Linux is called the SO injection, the shared library, and Mac is dilibs. Different names, but all pretty much the same purpose. But this thing, code injection, usually happens on the client side, so it doesn't touch the server side. With server side, it's going to be a packet manipulation. So you kind of capture the packets and then understand how it works, and then you try to inject some packets to interact with the server. Logical bug exploitation. This is something basically it's in game logics. I think a lot of gamers, they have at least experienced this once or twice. They found some weird bugs that they can exploit to use it to gain their own advantage. For example, like here I see that show that a player to click through the walls, so they can kind of teleport to other areas. That's an in-game bug. And then there's some kind of economic bug, a bug that allows player to duplicate in-game item or currency. Actually, I actually found one in a game back in the years that was really old, when I wasn't even in the InfoSec domain. I was playing a game called DFO, and then I found there was a bug that I can leverage to actually duplicate the item each time I make the draw from a pot. So that's just something funny to mention. Of course, anti-cheat or anti-hack measures. So you have all those techniques to hack the game, but how do we defend it? Data encryption. As I said, this thing is very important at the beginning. So you usually, between your communication from client and server, you would want to encrypt the important values. Maybe there's some kind of a speed trade-off that you need to consider that. But of course, it's important. And client-server validation, that involves basically checks performed between the client and the server, to actually detect some inconsistency and cheating attempts. Behavioral monitoring and analysis. That's something I already mentioned for example, in the game, which game? League of Legends. Yeah, they have this also to actually detect unusual movements from players. Continuous updates. Of course, this is also very important, not just for the gaming industry, but for any other industry. So you need to have a proper patch management to remediate any vulnerabilities and stay ahead for hackers, of course. Reporting a moderation system. Yeah, I already talked about this. So basically it's a system embedded in the game. If you find suspicious player, for example, CSGO, you see those guys with speed hacker like this, you hack it. That's a very obvious cheater. So that's the other system. All right, anti-cheat tools. At least here a few tools: BattleEye, EAC, Anti-Cheat Toolkit, Fairfight, Valve. So those are the kind of a mainstream anti-cheat tools that are used by many games. Yeah, you can take some time to read this. For example, Battle Eye is used in the PUBG. It's very popular to detect cheaters on the client side. EAC, Easy Anti-Cheat, is used by Fortinet. Okay. Anti-cheat toolkit. This one is not actually like a tool, but it's more like a plugin from Unity. So you can just use this plugin and then integrate with your game. Verified. Okay, it's used by Battlefield, and then Valve Anti-Cheat. Valve is actually the company of Steam. So they have their own proper anti-cheat tool as well. And this is used in CSGO and Dota 2. Okay, demo time. Let's see how much time I've left. Very good. Demo, yeah, so actually the demo I'm going to show is on the game Raft. This game may be not a lot of you know. This is a very kind of a small game. It was developed by Red Beat Interactive. The game was released in 2018, and then this is kind of a survival sandbox game. Basically, you also need to host a server, and then you play with your friend on a raft originally. So you try to survive from the shack. So you have to collect the stuff and then build, eventually expand your raft. There's some histories and also some storylines, but yeah, that's basically what the game is. It's really like another survival game. I try to remember the name, which is called yeah, don't starve together. Is that it? Maybe, yeah. It's a very like that kind of a genre of the game. So yeah. Anyways, so one RC that was discovered by Synactive in July 2022, but it's only very theoretical research paper. So I based on his research to actually create a fully working proof of concept. And the RC is based on unsecure.NET deserialization. Because the game uses the vulnerable class from .NET called binary formatter, and this class is known to be insecure by Microsoft. So if you use this class, then you can create some kind of a gadget chain and then send it to the binary formatter. When deserialized, you will get your command executed. So yeah, during the code session, the attacker can send a specially crafted P2P packet. P2P packet, that's actually a very specific type of packet from Steam. So you actually need to use some kind of a Steam API to send this packet. But anyways, once you send this specially crafted packet, then you can run arbitrary code remotely on the victim, which I'll be showing here, without any user interaction. So it was fixed in version 1.09, but yeah, I'll show that later, but there's something funny I'll show you later. Before I show the demo, actually I try to highlight some vulnerable code. So there's one function here, I think it's from the Raft network class from the core DLL of this game. You can see that there's the first line, read P2P packet. So that's actually a function that will be reading my packet. And the second line, this is the vulnerable part. So you can see the packet is built using a binary formatter, which I just said it's the vulnerable class from Microsoft. So once you receive the packet, you will serialize the packet. And then once you deserialized by the binary formatter, you got your code executed. Yeah, this is another vulnerable function which is inside the exact same class you see. I think this one is more clear. You can see that read a packet first, serialized by memory stream, and then feed to binary formatter, and then deserialize the packet. So yeah, I think this one is pretty straightforward. This is just the gadget chain that will be used with my payload. So it's actually coming from the famous open source tool YSO serial.net. Actually, so it's .NET. The YSO serial is for Java, and because the Raft network library uses the mono behavior, it extends mono behavior class, which is kind of a library from Unity, very popular in the Unity engine. A lot of games use that. So you need to use this gadget chain and then to actually exploit it. You can see how it's embedded inside. It's called the type confused delegate gadget. Actually, this is the gadget model, but it uses this one. So in the end, you can see the commands being appended to a sorted set. Binary formatter, as I just said, that's deprecated and then insecure according to Microsoft. So if you are still using this in your game, then be careful. People can exploit it. Okay, so I've talked a lot. Let's dive in to the game then. Let's see. This one opened? Yes. I didn't open this. It's going to take some time to load. So that's actually the game. Meanwhile, it's loading. Let's see. I need to prepare. I think it's already prepared. No. Okay. I have my virtual environment set up. This is the actually the proof of concept code. So you can see it's I am using the Steamworks API. Actually, I'm using a wrapper of it. So I'm using a Steamworks Pi. That's called the library. I'll show it here. Do I have it opened? So this is actually the Steamworks Pi open source wrapper for to interact with the Steamworks API. So if you want to take a note on this, it's very easy to use. You import it and then use the DL of it. So import it and then need to initialize, and then you need to also, of course, to get your target Steam ID, basically the victim that will be exploiting. Then you have your payload here. This payload is actually that I just showed is the type confused delegate gadget for the deserialization payload. And yeah, this is the send P2P packet from the Steamworks API. So you need to send your payload with some parameters. If you read it like this documentation here, you exactly should see how it can be sent. So that's basically what I'm going to do. Just a brief summary before you get lost. Let's see if our game is, yeah, it's loaded. Okay. So my screen's like split in half the game. What the heck? But it's okay. So we can see properly here. Let me load my world. The Hackfest 2023, it's actually just like a brand new map that I prepared for this talk. Or you guys want to see, this is actually my map. I've cleared the game a few months before. Which one you want to see, Hackfest or my own map? Okay, I see some head there, some nodding. I can actually use my own game map, game server. And okay, let me also launch the game from this, our victim here. By the way, so this game version is actually the older one, so it's 1.08, as I said. It wasn't patched, but in the newer one, they have patched the binary formatter, which is not vulnerable. Look at this. This is my raft. Usually at beginning, you only have like 4 squares here, but like how not really amazing, but how amazing my little raft is. I've actually cleared the game, so I have everything in here. Look my setup. It's wonderful, right? I can climb. It's a bit difficult to play without the mouse, but we have a super long rack here. Look at this view. You can see some island here. And yeah, this is my little rack. Actually, I played with my wife for about like 60 hours on this game already. Oh, okay. Maybe not to get in too much inside the game. That's not the purpose of it. Okay, so this game is loaded. Maybe let me join the game from here. While it's joining, let's see. Let me paste this first so I can actually import the Steamworks library to my console, copy paste, channel enter. So you can see that my API is loaded. So I need to actually have my Steam open in order for this to work. Just to remember this. Okay. So this is the actual command that I'll be sending, like the packet to the victim. So as soon as I click enter this, after a few seconds, usually it should pop a calculator on this one. But let me see if my other test user is loaded or not. Where is my game? Here. Let me find if I can spot. Oh, here you are. You see this guy? So this is this is my victim player. What is he wearing? It's a very strange head here. Okay. Okay. Let me put back to here. So this one, as I say, it's ready. I'm gonna put my cable for this one so we can better see what is going to happen. Let's give it a few seconds to load. Yeah, that's me. It's okay. So this is my main account. Okay, it's working fine. Maybe I can. Do I have a way to actually minimize this? Because maybe if it's not like a Windows, I won't see the calculator popping up. Let's see. Hold on. In setting. Oh, the heck. Graphics. Yeah, this one. Here. Oh, that's a small window. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to send a command. I hope the demo god is with me today, so it actually works. 3, 2, 1, enter the command. Okay, it's sending a payload. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, and no interaction. We got the calculator up. So there we go. So this is the... Thank you. So this is the actual, the RCE proof of concept. You see that the deserialization payload actually worked. So okay, this one we don't care anymore. Let me just exit the game. Okay. What? Ah, it's from the game. It's the sound. I'm still on this one. Yeah, that weird sound is actually coming from this strange bird here. And let me find it. Here, this guy. Okay. Let me exit this as well. Let's see, where am I? Yeah, so actually this is the real code from Raft 1.08. So you can see this is the Raft network class. Let me just check my time here. Okay, that's good. And it's extending model behavior, as I just said. And if we scroll down a little bit, you'll see that it has that particular function, which is vulnerable to deserialization. So one is this one, and then the other one is the channel gain. So scroll down a bit, you'll see this part here. It's a bit different, but oh, it's not this. Where is the? Oh. come on. It's okay. Not sure why it's blacked out. Is it disconnected from here or not? Seems not. Let me try one more time. It's okay? Okay, we're back. Yeah, so yeah, this is the code you see here, the actual binary formatter. Now the game is fixed in 1.09. I'll show you. Is it blacked out again? No, okay. Yeah, from the depot, you can see this one, which is the, I think it's the latest one. Yeah, you can see the change here. They actually replaced the binary formatter with this thing, the Cyrenix Odin. So this is actually for now, the secure serializer used in .NET. So using this, you won't be affected by the deserialization vulnerability, only for now. Yeah. Yeah, so, and there's one fun thing is that they applied this serializer, but only for the Raft network class. And for some reason, actually I've asked the company why they did not do this, but they didn't answer. There's another class called a save and load, and this save and load binary, let's see, I'm trying to, let me just scroll down. For this class, they did not patch it. If you check, I have some problem with searching in the topic because I don't see my search bar. Yeah, so for this class and for this save method, if it's saved with the RGD file, that's actually like the game save file format. When it's loaded, you see the load function here. It is still using the binary formatter in the latest version. So that's actually kind of like a zero-day exploit right now that I have discovered. But the company, they're kind of lazy to patch. I don't know, for some reason. Maybe I would suspect it's more because of the backward compatibility issue, because if they fix this with the Odin serializer, then I would assume probably it's going to break all of the previous saved file. That's why I guess they choose not to discard this this fix on this, to trade with like usability with security. Actually, it's a little bit of dangerous, but well, if they want to do that, then okay. So I can show you actually how this thing is going to work very quick. So I'm going to use this hackfest thing. So this is my save file. See here, that's an actual game save file. And if I replace, well, not replace, I can just add something. For example, where's my payload up in here? So I'm going to put it here. Just paste it in here, and change this extension to RGD. And maybe launch the latest version of this Raft. It's oh, it's still running. What the heck? Oh, because I didn't quit my API. Okay. So I got some time here, so I can show you guys off this last thing. Is it showing? Okay, good. It's not cutting me off. You see that? as soon as click on load, and it's running my exploit again. So this one actually, if you look at this, this one is the actual version 1.09 with the patch number. This is the latest version of the game right now. So I know this game has also a lot of mod and stuff from the community. If some bad guy, they put like a malicious saved game file or a malicious mod, and it's gonna load with the with the serialized payload. Sorry, and that's gonna work. That's but I already reported this to the company. They don't seem to really care. So yeah. And last but not least, I have 2 more slides. So yeah, very I'll be finishing soon. Okay. Come on. Yeah, some closing thoughts about like the future of game hacking. So we have a lot of things here: machine learning, AI. Sorry. This new technology. Bad people, they're going to use that. So you might also think about using this for a game to defend your game or secure a game. Quantum computing, that's another thing. It's I bet a lot of you heard of this, secure quantum resistant algorithms to defend against the cracking risks from quantum computers. That's another thing maybe to consider. Blockchain integration, it's also very I find it interesting. Like some game devs, they actually use the blockchain technology to secure some in-game assets and transactions. So might be interesting. Game streaming, cloud gaming. So as this one it's moving forward, it's going to create a lot of new challenges, I believe, because your game's moving to the cloud, and you will be focusing on how you defend your cloud environment and infra. Data privacy. I think a lot of companies they kind of maybe like smaller studios they will focus less on this issue. I think players' privacy, players' personal information is very important as well. So that's another thing maybe to consider. Continuous battles, of course, no need to say. It's always ongoing between the bad guys and the good guys. Same thing in the security as the anti-cheat measures increase. Of course, new hacking techniques will be also discovered and then to exploit the games forever. It's going to be a cycle like this. So it's a matter of continuous updates. Yeah, and this is just some useful resources. If you want to just take a picture, there's a lot of good articles about introduction to game hacking, and then there's an ebook, and then there's a research paper. Awesome game security. That's a very good GitHub repo. Contains a lot of information about not only just game hack, but other stuff about security. And yeah, there are some guides here as well. So, and before that, I'll be launching kind of an event or competition thing called Pwn2 Game. So it's not something that I have already did it. It's something I want to do. So maybe if you're interested to make that happen, just contact me with my Discord or X. So, and yeah, that's it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. Thank you.